So this is going to be a little bit different, a talking head video. No machines or repairs or anything. Hopefully this reaches, I don't know, the right people. Some people already have an understanding of cryptocurrency and what it was meant to be. And maybe you figured out how far we probably have come away from the original design. I've been interacting with cryptocurrency for about a year and a half now. My first entry point was similar to a lot of others, Shiba Inu, right? Some it was Dogecoin, or maybe Bitcoin or Ethereum. But I had a coworker at work, and he kept telling me, hey you gotta check out this Dogecoin. And I, like everybody else, pushed away. No, I really don't know what it's about. I really don't understand it. And he just kept going at me, right? And then he started telling me about, oh, you gotta check out this Shiba Inu. It's a new coin. It's the Doge killer. So I figured after, a couple of times, and I trust the guy, work with him and everything, and, I figured I'd check it out, right? So at that time, the only way you could do it was buy Ethereum and convert it on Uniswap to, hold some SHIB and then hold it in your wallet, right? So that was my, personal experience, my personal, entry point. And up until this time, I'd only heard people talk about the Bitcoin white paper. I'd never read it myself. And after all the FUD that's going on in the industry and all the issues that people have had with exchanges, I've had a few and actually had a little bit of one today. There's all this fear and stuff, and I don't think people have taken the time, or maybe the majority that are interacting in this industry or this, these assets, have taken the time to read that white paper. So I decided to pull it up on YouTube. There's an audio version, so I listened to it. And because I do the mining with the hardware, I participate in the decentralized finance applications on many different blockchains with many different assets, layer 1, layer 2, and use multiple exchanges. I do not like to keep assets on the exchanges. I do still have some assets on the exchanges, just waiting for the lockup period to be over so that I can send them to self-custody wallets, because of the things that have happened. But I think it's important for people to read or listen to that white paper so that you can fully understand what this was supposed to be. This was supposed to be a peer-to-peer exchange, person-to-person exchange of assets for payment. So if you had something I want, I could pay you through these assets. Or if I owed you money, or just any means of transaction to exchange value for value. It's very important that you have a private means of monetary exchange between you and another entity, no matter whether or not it is someone you know, someone you work with, a family member, a business, whatever. That should be your God-given right to conduct commerce between two parties without oversight or intervention. Now back to the exchanges. The exchanges, it's in the name. It's so simple. I don't understand how people don't grasp it, but maybe it's because people have not read the white paper or heard the white paper or heard the breakdown of the white paper to understand what this whole space was supposed to be about. I mean, it came from the 2008 financial collapse, the Wall Street protest, the Ron Paul protest, the End the Fed movement, taxation of theft. If you don't know about the creation of Federal Reserve, go look at it. Learn about your money. Learn about the fiat currency, the promissory notes, IOUs. That's all they are. The fact that we were taken off the gold standard in 1971, and now your dollar, the paper promissory note, is backed by debt, backed by war and oil. It's fake. And people want to say that cryptocurrency is fake. Well, the majority of the people in the world now use debit cards, credit cards, Cash App, PayPal. You're already digital. You're already digital. Unless you are one of the few and far between that still go to the ATM or get a paper check, go to the liquor store and cash it, the bank, what have you. If you're out of that small minority, you are already digital. Cryptocurrency is digital. It's all the same, but it's private. I can send you something from my wallet to your wallet to pay you what I owe you, or to pay you for something I'd like to purchase, without any oversight from any massive entity that has regulation over you. This is the issue. This is why cryptocurrencies are being demonized by the media, by governments, by politicians in the government that are most likely, I can't prove it, I'm sure we could if we did the research, funded by people in the banking institutions. You're sidestepping the banking institutions by using the peer-to-peer monetary transportation system, transaction system. By using a crypto ledger, a blockchain, and conducting transfer of assets on a peer-to-peer basis, you are sidestepping an institution that goes all the way back to the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar created the banking system. So this institution has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. And you're sidestepping that by transacting between two people without anybody making money off of it between those transactions. All that being said, I can relate this to something that a lot of us used back in the early 2000s. BearShare, Kazaa, LimeWire, Napster. The reason that peer-to-peer network, that network of exchange between two parties, between two computers, one that you owned and one that somebody else owned, that had music, movies, pictures, video games, what have you, on their computer, and they were openly sharing it with you. It's the same thing. People then, in the early 2000s, were sidestepping the banks, and the banks weren't getting, or I'm sorry, not the banks. They were sidestepping Hollywood. They were sidestepping the video game industry, the movie industry, the music industry. People were sharing what they had already purchased with other people without purchase. And these people in these industries weren't making money. So that's why they took people to court. There was a story of a woman that it cost her $2 million for 10 songs after fines, fees, and court costs. So the cryptocurrency network, the peer-to-peer, is the exact same thing as file sharing peer-to-peer. That's why they want to stop it. That's why they want to regulate it. Cryptocurrency is not the problem, but it's painted that way in the media and governments. It's painted as though only drug dealers and criminals use it. But that's slightly possible and plausible, but mostly it's people like you and I that wish to not be part of the fiat currency system, which has been taking advantage of common folk since 1913 and before. I mean, 1913, to my knowledge, was the third iteration of the central bank, the Federal Reserve, which is not federal and holds no reserve. So, this was a rant. I hope you find this a little useful. Hope you find this worth sharing. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, all that stuff that they usually say in the YouTube videos. I mean, it is all helpful because all that stuff helps the video get along and helps more people see it. Not for financial gain, because I'm just a little guy. Ain't nobody paying me to say this. This is just my frustration getting out there with the world and the system that is just continuously taking advantage of hardworking individuals trying to make their lives better, make their family lives better. I mean, I think that's what we all want. I know that's what I want. You know, I don't want to have to work for another 20, 30 years just for survival. I want to live too. You know, the wealthy are the only ones that actually are living. The wealthy live, the middle class survive, and the poor just exist. Why is that? Why is that okay if we're all human? If every person on this planet is human, then why is that okay? Why are some people allowed to be trampled on? Some people work their life away, and some people take advantage and maneuver the system and have a good life. You tell me why. Hope everybody has a happy new year. Hope it's better than this one. Take care.